Hi there, welcome to this video. Today I wanted to share with you a very creepy finding which has just come about on social media in regards to California, more specifically Los Angeles. What's gone on within the area? Well, besides the wildfires causing lots of damage to buildings, properties, people's lives and animals, there was some kind of shipping yard on Google Earth satellite imagery, which, whether it be abandoned or not, there are like letters, objects spelling out words such as help. Now, is it in regards to the fire, or is it in regards to something much darker and deeper? And that appears to be the case. Join me today as I share with you the coordinates, the location, and we dig a little bit deeper to try and work out what's really going on. To start things off, there are a couple of news articles online. I'm going to read out one of them to try and understand, and then I will apply it to the imagery, and we'll even use the street view. Now, the first way I found out about this was just yesterday, and it was actually posted on Twitter. The title of this article reads, "Help sign on Google Maps near Los Angeles shipping yard sparks conspiracy theories. The words LAPD, Federal, Traffico can be seen written amid the debris in images circulating online." We'll take a close look at the image later. A chilling message of distress has emerged from the ashes of the recent wildfires in a Los Angeles region near a shipping port. Social media users have been captivated by the words help and Traffico, eerily visible in the scorched earth on Google Earth satellite imagery, serving as a poignant reminder of the devastation wrought by the fires. The words LAPD, Federal, Traffico can be seen written amid debris. Officials have not yet commented on the images, but several theories have emerged on Twitter, X. While some believe it could be a prank by children, others suggest it might be a desperate cry for help from someone affected by the wildfires. One user speculated it could even be linked to human trafficking, with the victim using the message to seek assistance. This disturbing message was spotted on Google Maps, Los Angeles, California, surrounded by shipping containers, confirmed that the adjacent lot is a shipping yard, raising fears that this might be tied to human trafficking or something worse. A user wrote on Twitter sharing visuals of the location near North Mission Road in Los Angeles. Meanwhile, Los Angeles County crews have spent past week removing vegetation, reinforcing roads, stabilizing slopes in areas devastated by the Palisades and Eaton fires. These wildfires, fueled by powerful winds on January 7th, reduced entire neighborhoods to ash. The Palisades fire, largest of the blazes, destroyed thousands of homes and claimed at least 11 lives. As of Sunday, it was 90% contained. Eaton fire, which broke out near Altadena and killed at least 16 people, was 98% contained. So, with that being in mind, let's head on over to the imagery. Here we are. On screen to the left are the coordinates of the location. You can check them out yourself. And if we click the search button, it will take us to the spot. And there we are. It looks like a triangular area amidst roads nearby, main roads as well. So, first of all, let's zoom in and check the actual writing. I'm not too sure if you can see it already, but the main one that stands out is right here, as it spells help. And below it, there's a few other smaller pieces, words saying help as well. And we'll try and acknowledge each one as well. It says help there, tiny writing there saying help, some more there. Then on the side, I think there was an attempt of one there. There's another main one. Very creepy, is it not? And more etched in here, help. Now the way this has been done is by using objects, that are about, and then putting it into to create letters. That's basically it. It's just a bit creepy. Right there, just above the help, it does say LAPD. And if we rotate the screen as well, it says Federal, see? Now, is that a call for help by the police, LAPD help? Or could it be an indirect reference to some of the authority or amongst the darkness involved in whatever going on in the area? There's a lot more prominent helps here, there as well. That says, I think, FBI. Very interesting. And in some spots there is additional text of some sort, but it's hard to read. I think that one says terrorismo, DOS. Does that mean terrorism, terrorist? I guess this is in, what, Spanish or so? I'm not an expert. Once again, spelled out as help there. Because there are some key words which weren't included in the article. And I think it was mentioned elsewhere, maybe on Twitter, that there was almost like a list of names of people too, which were like spelt out, which is really interesting and creepy at the same time. Further down this way, you don't really see any writing. There are vehicles though nearby, like construction ones, whether they're being used or not at the time. Car there. Is this like a new road being built out or what? Got graffiti on the walls. And we'll do street view shortly. We'll get to that. Just want to make sure I don't miss anything else out. Of course, down below in the comment section, drop a thought. What do you think this is? Do you think it's real? A prank? Is it something dark going on? And even leave a timestamp from this video if you do notice anything else unusual. If there's any more text, symbols that show up, which I did not see myself. Because it's not just on the inside where it is. There is some more elsewhere. But it's like construction related. You can call it like a shipping yard or near to one. But this is like the hotspot area. And even there, it says help. Now where was the bit where it said Traffico? Let's try and find that. There's another one where it says help there. Federal. There we go. It says Trafico, so Spanish for trafficking, I'm guessing, pretty much. But in terms of the area itself, it's very open. You don't really see like buildings or anything like underground, any tents, no kidnapping like that. Unless if it's near to shipping containers. Is that the one which is over here? Okay, fair enough. So, what, the suggestion that near that abandoned spot or that site next to here, these containers may have people inside of them being trafficked about from country to country or state to state, overseas. Interesting. But why would they be doing it in this particular spot and who would have access? Because, you know, you got down here as well, which is the Los Angeles River. Not much going on down here, but I think there was a particular spot which stood out to me. Closer to the bridge area, as you see here. So next to where it says help, even though there's not really any buildings or container units, with the exception of those which are open. In the corner down here, what's that all about? Is that a tent? A homeless thing? Can't really get down to ground level, but it's just in the corner there. Hopefully you can make it out. Right there, where I've got the marker. It looks like some kind of like little shelter or den. Could someone be living there right now or at the time? And then they started messing around with all the items and tools nearby. Possibly rearranging them. Very interesting. Let's go on to ground level, just so you can see it from a different perspective. And it will still be relevant to the satellite imagery. Take in mind, satellite imagery isn't always up to date with Street View. It can be out of sync. Nevertheless, you can clearly see where it's been spelled out. Where you see it all black, HELP for help. So it's very obvious, is it not? As for further on, it's not as exactly easy to see. You know, it's easier satellite imagery, bird's eye view looking down. But this prominent part here, the size of it, hence why you can see it on satellite imagery when zoomed out. It makes sense. There's black objects, piping or tubing, which comes from, I believe, maybe over there, possibly. Items, resources on site used to spell out words. You know, it can be done in other ways when you need aid relief, when people do it on top of buildings, rooftops. If there was flooding, war, you needed help, you needed water, rescuing. One thing that does stand out though is just in front of where the black tubing is, on the ground area, just going up the gradient where it's a bit grassy, there is wording there that says help. And then where that rubble is, the pile, just lower down near to the rubble, close to the letter E of the black tubing, there is another word that says help. And then there's another one there. And then in the distance, which may be hard to see, centre of the screen, it does say help as well. Whether that be graffiti or paint, someone desperately, supposedly wants help. But as for anyone who needs help, are they the ones in danger? Are they trying to spread awareness? As for what you see on ground level, there's not really much to pick up on. And in terms of in the corner area, can't quite make out what's down there, but it did look like some kind of tent. I could be wrong there. There is barbed wire and fencing. Interestingly though, on the outside, you can clearly see on the ground, it says help there. So whoever needs help isn't trapped on the other side, as an example. They're on the outside too. So is it just a group of people messing, passing on by, creating a mystery out of nothing? Is it done as a trend because of what's going on at the time? See, this specific street view imagery, is it relevant at the time of the wildfire or not? The article was making it out to be like that, but I don't know. Is there any more right in there? So you still got standard graffiti, which is where it is. But we need to try and work down possibly. And of course, depending on the timing of certain street view where it may have been stitched together, for example, where we are right now, if you used to zoom in and look on the other side, is that wording there saying help? Not exactly. But what you can see though, is in the corner, there appears to be like tent, a sheeting where a person could be homeless. If there is a homeless person there, did they decide to mess about with some of the items and spell it out? Makes you think. Got to look at all the different possibilities. I mean, is this area in particular prominent for trafficking? Yes or no? If there's anyone that's experienced, or in better words, familiar with the area, feel free to drop a comment down below. With it being near to a shipping yard lane, who knows what comes in and comes out. A little bit messy. And then we've got, the entranceway. There's quite a few mattresses there, dirty ones. There appears to be like some kind of RV or more so caravan. Cars parked up. There's a guy over there bent over. That's some kind of scrapyard. I mean, it is on the outside. I don't know if it's like a rough area for homeless people or what. But, yeah. You can actually get up closer to it, but if I do that, it'll change the timing. There you go. So this must be older, I believe, what it once looked like at some point. Construction work going on in this particular area. Mounds of dirt, gravel over there. I think making that roadway under construction. Yeah, this is quite old, this. You can see the change with time. And likely, at this point back then, you probably didn't have the trafficking symbol, the FBI one, the federal LAPD, because it was more locked up and the construction workers. Could construction workers have been responsible for adding the mark? It does make you wonder. So yeah, creepy in a way. More so prominent in this specific area here. Further down that way, it's not so much. So I don't know why it's just centered and focused in this one spot. Now, I don't know which direction it was, but I'm sure there was like some post where they were saying further on elsewhere, there was like additional writing or symbols further on. I couldn't tell you where that is off the top of my head, but you know, if it is further away, Does it mean that it's a much bigger area where the issue's at? Or is it more a focused spot? Now, let's just head on over to Bing Maps to see it from that viewpoint too. Now, if I zoom into this, the quality, of course, not as great because it's Bing Maps and it's a bit more limited, especially on mobile device. We're looking at the same exact area, but it's a lot more sparse and open. Not as much material, not as much items. You could argue and say this might be a little bit more up to date compared to the Google Earth satellite imagery. Now, this does say 2025 bottom right corner of the screen, but you can't always trust it. Nevertheless, if this was the most up-to-date one, well, when looking zoomed in, there is absolutely no writing or text, symbols or items spelling out any words. So maybe it came and went at some point. Of course, if you've got Google Earth Pro, you can go back in time for that to measure when it first appeared, how long it's been there for, and maybe as a follow-up video, if there is interest in particular with this video, if this video hits off, then I will do a follow-up. But I just wanted to share it from a different perspective with Bing Maps. So be sure to let me know what you think.